it downfield. It is. Oh, it's caught. John Moran in the clutch. Oh, my word. Oh, my God. Deep to right field. Way up there. And way down the sideline. Jefferson. Another huge run. Jalen Red broke tackle. Stayed on his feet.
What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Blake's Take with me, Blake Neiman. And Saturday was an unreal day in the NFL as two underdog teams knocked off their respective conference regular season champions in iconic fashion. Starting with none other than the San Francisco 49ers, who crushed the Packers' Super Bowl hopes and sent Aaron Rodgers walking off the field empty-handed once again. The Niners didn't beat the Packers with their offense, or even their defense. Rather, they beat them with their special teams unit. San Francisco fell behind into an early 7-0 deficit and then gave up a big 75-yard connection between Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones after a blown coverage by Jimmy Ward. But Ward made up for this by blocking Mason Crosby's kick to keep it a one-score game going into halftime. It would stay a one-score game until late in the fourth quarter when the Packers were backed up against their own end zone looking to punt. That was when the 49ers special teams unit came through once again, blocking the punt, and then none other than Crescent Valley alumni Talanoa Hufanga scooping and scoring the ball for a touchdown that tied this game up. What a huge play for one of the Willamette Valley's very own. This huge play by Hufanga gave the 49ers all the momentum they needed to set up the game-winning kick for one of the most reliable kickers in the game in Robbie Gould, who extended his perfect playoff kick streak to 20 for 20 with a 45-yard strike right down the middle. San Francisco will now advance to the NFC Championship game for the second time in 3 seasons and will send Aaron Rodgers home ringless for yet another season. Rodgers' inability to find a way to get over the championship hump for the better decade, I believe, had tampered his legacy as a player. No matter how much success him and his team may accomplish in the regular season, they can never seem to find a way to get the job done when it matters most. Rodgers still has a few good years left in him, and I think he will use that in a place other than Green Bay. The formula for the championship hasn't been right for the Packers since 2011, so it is time that Rodgers moves on and tries to make his own plans and extend his legacy beyond just a lone championship. We now head to the AFC, where the underdog came through once again with a big upset as the Cincinnati Bengals took down the number 1 seed Tennessee Titans in Nashville in iconic fashion. The Bengals, as usual, came ready to play from the get-go, especially the defense, who had several great stands, forced 3 crucial turnovers, and bottled Derrick Henry up to just 63 rushing yards. This allowed Joe Burrow and the offense to take advantage of the gifts the defense gave them and march down the field and continue to reward themselves by getting points on the board through several Evan McPherson field goals. The Bengals finally got their big break offensively, though, in the third quarter, with Joe Mixon walking into the end zone for a touchdown that would make it a 2-score game. But the Titans weren't going to go down that easy, and they didn't, as they managed to quickly erase the deficit and find a way to tie this game up heading into the fourth. Unfortunately for Tennessee, they were not able to continue that momentum into the fourth quarter as the Cincinnati defense stopped them dead in their tracks, holding their ground and coming up with a huge takeaway with just 30 seconds left in the game to give their team a chance to win this in regulation. Joe Burrow stayed cool and calm and collected and threw an absolute dot to Jamar Chase near the sideline to set up the Bengals in field goal range for Evan McPherson, who had confidence in himself and his team, and he walked onto the field and said, "Well, looks like we're going to the AFC Championship." He then proceeded to nail his 4th field goal of the night, dead center from 52 yards out, to send the Bengals to their first conference championship since 1988. I called it out last week on my TikTok page that the Bengals were bound to make some noise in these playoffs, and they sure have, behind one of the game's most collected and well-rounded players in Joe Burrow, who continues to not shy away from the moment and overcome the odds no matter how much they may be stacked against him. With Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon, and this studly defense, the Bengals stand as good of a chance as any team to win the championship this year. We've already seen Burrow and Chase get the ultimate hardware with a national championship in college. Could they replicate the same success in the NFL with a Lombardi trophy? I believe the Bengals are a dark horse to win it all, and with the way they have been playing lately, I wouldn't bet against them regardless of the team they face. Hope you all enjoyed that. You can catch more NFL playoff action here on Blake's Take on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and or YouTube. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day.